So I'm trying out something different today, and I'm not talking about my beautiful clips, thank you. Uh, Today I'm going to be reacting to some very popular productivity quotes, making money quotes, millionaire quotes that are very motivational for sure. But some of them are super toxic, and I'm also going to discuss my 2 cents with you. And you can tell me which of these you have heard the most, which of these really piss you off a lot as well. So yes, without any further ado, let's get started. Now, what makes me qualified to make this video? I don't think I've really hit any huge milestones in life, but I do think that I have enough evidence in my past and also things that I've achieved so far. I've made about 6 figures in my business in USD before I hit 22, and currently my business is going absolutely fine. I think that I'm on the right track, and this is just how I'm conducting my life right now. So I would love to see if that's something you resonate with or you don't. Let me know. I'm pretty sure there are more qualified people than me to talk about these, but yes, let's do this. All right. And before someone comments that why don't you use an iPhone, Android is more user friendly, fight me. Anyway, so the first one being, you snooze you lose, right? We have heard this a lot, that winners are awake while losers are sleeping. These kind of quotes are like everywhere. There's another one that goes something like, I've got a dream worth more than sleep. This is the worst bullshit toxic productivity advice, or making money advice, whatever type of advice you take this as, that there can be. Of course, sleep is so necessary. Like there's this thing called chronotypes that you can actually look up, and you can find out yours, and you can understand how many hours of sleep you need a day. There are like a rare breed of people who need like only 3 and 4 hours a day of sleep, and they can be okay if the chronotype is as such, but most people need at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep, and my chronotype is beer, so yes, I fall in that category as well. So yeah, it's absolutely bullshit that if you sleep, that means that you're gonna lose out, and if you are sleeping, that means that your dream is not worth chasing. Healthy sleep is required for functional thinking. So yeah, absolutely bullshit advice. The next one is from one of the most popular people out there, and I'll just tell you who it is after I read out the quote. You need to realize that if you put your head down and just work for the next 10 years, no glamour, no new fucking car, suitcase, jewelry, trip, event, no Coachella, no fucking new sneakers, like fucking work will, you will have it. Okay, there's at least like 10 times that this word is used, but this, of course, you understand, it's from Gary Vee. Gary Vee is one of the most popular social media influencers in the hustle productivity kind of niche, and the man is cool. However, there is one area that I really disagree with him on, is that you have to work like you are broke, and you can't expect results for a long amount of time. Like his idea is that for 10 years you work, even if there's nothing to show up, like you will have to go through shit for 15 years. Like he always talks like about these long periods of time. Now, people who can endure long periods of time without results are usually very privileged people who don't have responsibilities of their family. They're not caregivers. They are pretty much free to do whatever they want in their life. And even if everything fails, they have their parents to go back to, or have some sort of privilege that will back them up. I, for sure, cannot waste my next 10 years without even knowing where I will be. I need some sort of assurance in my life. I can't like just hustle without knowing where I am going, which is something that I don't think a lot of people who encourage you to be more positive and productive realize. That yes, time shouldn't be a major factor for sure, except that it is for people who have deadlines, for people who have a family to take care of, people who are caregivers and they need to financially support other people, right? So this hustle culture really promotes that, it takes time, it takes a lot of time, which is true, but it shouldn't take so much time that the world around you will start crumbling. So that's where I disagree with this quote. I hope that I've been able to make sense. Gary Vee really inspires me a lot, but I just do not agree with the fact that you have to put your head down and work for like years and years and years without like very little or no results. The next quote is called, if you are not where you want to be, it's because you don't want it bad enough. This is from this book called The Art of Hustle, if I'm not wrong. And oh my god. Now, of course, just because you are not where you want to be doesn't mean that you don't want it. It's just that different people have different journeys and different people take different amounts of time. This really discounts the fact that If someone takes 10 years to get the same results as someone who took 2 years, that means the person who took 10 years didn't want it bad enough. But usually that's not the case. Different people have so wildly different journeys. You can't compare Jeff Bezos' journey with Mukesh Ambani's, or anyone for that matter who has been successful in a certain industry in a short or long period of time, just because someone wants it too bad. Like, also wanting something really bad, it's just an abstract term, right? What does even bad mean to you? So I don't agree with this. If there's something that you personally want in your life and you don't have it yet, that doesn't mean that you're not good enough or you don't want it. It just means that you are probably on track as long as you're working towards it. And maybe, yes, you can analyze and align yourself again if you feel like out of track at this moment. But yes, don't think that it means that you are not fit for it or something. This really discourages a lot of people, these kind of quotes, more than motivating, in my opinion. You gotta miss the fun to stack the funds. There's many versions of this quote, that while your friends are partying, you should be hustling, and while others are having fun, you are like, doing very boring, crappy job. And for the longest time, I actually agreed with it. Like, I would accept this. I had this sense of superiority over my friends simply because I had achieved a lot of things that they hadn't. And often they would come to me and ask me for like opportunities and jobs, and I would feel really superior about myself. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. And I was so fucking stupid, because just because someone has enjoyed a part of their life instead of hustling at that time doesn't make them any lesser than me. And I believe that this sense of superiority comes a lot the more you grow in life, because others probably haven't reached there yet. So even if it's conscious, subconscious, unconscious, it's always there. What you really need to remember is that just because someone is enjoying their teens doesn't mean that they are, lesser than you just because you are hustling at that point of time. Different people have different priorities, right? Maybe I hustled for my teen years so that I can enjoy in my early 20s. They have the exact opposite plan, right? Or maybe they just don't want to hustle. They just don't want to live that kind of lifestyle. That's fine too. There's this strange sense of superiority complex that these productivity gurus fill within us if you follow them for a long period of time. I was a victim to that, and I'm so happy to say that even though it really embarrasses me that I thought like that at any point of time, it's true. It happens to people. I'm pretty sure at some point you felt superior than others as well. But just because someone chose something different, that doesn't make them any lesser than you. So that was a hard lesson that I had to learn, because it was like literally me being brainwashed for 2 to 3 years that hustling is the best thing that I can do for myself. And bam, one day I realized that that's such a wrong mentality to have. But at the end of the day, you are nothing but what you think. So work on it, right? The next one is, nobody ever changed the world by just working 40 hours a week. And this one is from Elon Musk. I kind of agree with this. Like, big goals often require a lot of work. But at the end of the day, these kind of quotes disregard the work of Elon Musk's his own employees, and like a lot of employees in a lot of corporations which are like goddamn rich, and they are rich because of these employees. So I don't think that they should be talking about them like that, if that's what this dig is about. Because at the end of the day, not everyone has the privilege to work for 60 hours a week. Not everyone has the privilege to pursue their dreams no matter what. So there's a lot of conversations that we probably need to have about privilege when it comes to making money and being productive. Most of the time, something that I've seen a lot in YouTube, in other platforms, is that most people who become like wildly successful, inclusive of myself, they at least have parents who would support them in case things failed, right? And on top of that, there's things like generational wealth and a lot of other privileges that people just don't count for. And you can't have like so many privileges and then be saying, oh, I got it just because I was working more than 40 hours a week. No, sweetie, you didn't. There's so many social and racial and economical injustices that everyone is facing on regular basis. And yeah, I think it's kind of time that more people talk about that. The next one is, there will always be a reason to quit. Look for the ones to keep on going. What does that even mean? Well, if something is really not working out for you, why would you try to keep working at it just because you wasted quite a significant amount of time? It's still wasting time if it's not working out for you. Now, of course, I'm not saying that quit something within 3 months. But if for a prolonged period of time, you're seeing that this is not working out for you, you don't get joy out of it, why would you continue doing something like that? That doesn't just make sense at all. And this one is my favorite. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Something that they should have added in the bracket is that, and also gives you lifelong trauma. So yeah, these were some quotes that I found really disturbing and toxic, and I'm pretty sure you've heard at least 8 of them. Let me know if you have any takes on these, what's your most hated, or something that you might even agree with. Let me know. I really wanted to make a video like this because it's so different from the kind of content I make. But yes, I hope that you enjoyed today's video. I would really love to redo this video someday when I'm a millionaire. Let's make that happen. Let's manifest it. Manifestation is another area where I have a lot of thoughts. Let me know if you'll be interested in seeing a video on that. But till the next video that I make for you, I hope that you will be commenting and chatting with me in the comment section about your thoughts on these. I'll try to get back to the early responders for sure. And yes, without any further ado, I would bid adieu to you now, and you can go ahead and decide what is gonna motivate you from now on that I have taken away all these. Now, one of my favorite motivational quotes, just before leaving, let me tell you, it's by Jim Rohn. And it says, become a millionaire not because of the $1,000,000, but for what it makes of you to become a millionaire. Basically, you should be rich so that you understand what the journey is like, and also become the person who actually is able to make $1,000,000, because that person is no joke. So yes, it's more for the personality growth more than the financial growth, and that is something I so agree with. I hope that you enjoyed today's video, and till the next video, bye bye.